Last year when I was doing the trimming by my tree stand, my pruning pole broke. This cracked and got no strength to it, so I was just going to cut some off and fasten that back on, but now I see that it's cracked all the way down. I think that these have a lifetime guarantee, but I want to use it today. I moved the tree stand the other day, and now I got to do some cutting, and I completely forgot that my pruning pole was junk, and we were in town yesterday, so I'm going to see if I could use it at all. I won't be able to extend it, but if I can keep enough of that to hold that cutting head, then I'll be happy. Well, since this has got cracks in it, I think I'll be able to use it probably no more than that right there. If I extend it out, it'll put too much torque on that and that'll break. But I'll be able to trim some branches. Better than nothing. It's harvest time on the mountain, and we've had a good run of it. During the dry spell, our outside garden was doing well. The plants had good color and were producing as they should. Our corn patch was ready for picking by the second week of July, and once again, we grew perfect corn using the method that I've shown you. Lori got busy putting up the harvest, but under close supervision, of course. Always lots of watchful eyes upon the task at hand. Our inside garden continues to thrive as expected. It never disappoints. 10 years ago, I told Lori that someday the only way to safely grow food in this country will be under a roof. Those days are coming, folks, whether you believe it or not.
There's a nice one right here. Look at that.
Oh,
That's a big one.
look at that pepper.
That's a nice pepper.
That is just flawless. I mean, look at them. They're beautiful. Look at the color of the leaves, right? They're just beautiful. Just picture perfect. And you got peppers just lined right up on the vine. Lori just picked that one from right here. And look at the peppers.
We can leave these others a few more days. We don't need them right away.
We picked a bunch of peppers the other day. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there was a 10th one I saw up there somewhere. I have to tie up the pepper plants because they just get too heavy and they fall over.
Yeah, look at how healthy these still look. There's no comparison. I mean, there's hardly any dieback yet.
We've also picked the Swiss chard repeatedly and be picking that for a while. That just keeps coming. So this tomato plant had such beautiful color. As you can see, some of it still does, but it's turning really bad. But it's not just the tomatoes. I had taken that hoop off of here, and now this looks like crap. It looks just as bad as the other ones.
Yeah, I can't believe how bad this plant looks. Cover's been off for like a week and a half, and look at it.
This one over in this bed looks just like that. This one never really grew into anything since the last time I showed you. Butternuts over here, same thing. The zucchini, looking the same. Looking all yellow and burnt. And it has not been really hot or sunny. It's ever since we got the rain.
And most of the new fruits are just rotting.
The garden is looking just like all the trees. Like I'm looking right around here. I can just pan around and all I see is leaves turning and looking just like these. Yellow and brown and just dying on the vine. So as it sits right now, our harvest total for this year, only 13 zucchinis, and I'm not expecting much more than that because the plants look like crap now. Inside cukes 175, outside cukes a 98, but most of those came from what was under the tent. So the cuke total is 273 for this year. We picked 107 ears of corn, 45 tomatoes, 14 peppers, but there's probably a half a dozen that could be picked right now, but we're leaving them. 6 good fat heads of broccoli, and 12 banana peppers, but there's more coming. Now that the veggies are winding down, it's time to start gearing up for the meat. We live season to season, harvest to harvest, and with venison being our main staple in the meat department and archery season just around the corner, it's time to get these pre-season preparations underway. So folks, things are looking up all over the board. I found a tree that I want to hang my next stand in. I found the flagging that I hung there, and there's some deer tracks going through. And then I used some flagging and I made a line where I'm going to cut and make my trail back to the bush camp, which is right here. So I'm just a little bit behind it. Look at this beat deer trail. For one thing, you don't find beat deer trails in the woods out here like you did in New York. Out there, there was hay fields and apple orchards and stuff that drew the deer. Here, you don't have anything like that. There's no agriculture, no apple orchards, no oak groves. It's just forest. And the deer pick at little things here and there along the way. So, with that being said, what I have to go on is my own instincts as I hunt the lay of the land. And that's what made me choose the stand location up there. I want to show you something. This is heading right for that location. Look at that. You don't find deer trails like that out here. Look. Deer have passed through here a number of times. There's a definite track right there. Another one. Yep. There's a going right there, man. My stand is probably 200 yards in that direction. The older I get, the more I find myself liking these ladder stands over the old chain-on type. But choosing a spot for my stand at a location I want to hunt, where the dead or dying maples and balsams won't fall on me, is becoming more challenging than the hunt itself. So there's my stand there. What concerns me is right there is a dead balsam tree. Another one there, another one there, another one behind it, and another one there, and another one there. And right here is another one. And my stand is right there. But my real concern are these two here. Either one of those could fall down at any time. And when you're tied to a tree, it's not like you can run from it. So it's in my best interest to come back with a chainsaw and take those down before the season. But as I drop them, it also blocks anything that are going to come in that spot. So I got some work to do. But everywhere else I look, it's the same story. It doesn't matter. It's maples or it's balsams, and they're all dying and falling down. I like to keep my stands well hidden. I'm adamant about that. If I can't find the perfect spot, I'll make one. When I feel undetected, I won't feel the need to rush my shot. And when I decide to let game pass, I can film them for your viewing pleasure while undetected, like I said. The drawback to ladder stands is they extend away from the tree they're leaning against, and this can be problematic here in my neck of the woods. During archery season, moose are in full rut, and they're aggressive and always looking for someone or something to pick on. Clipping my ladder would leave me swinging like a piñata. Sometimes when the naysayers watch my hunting footage, they'll scold me for hunting from a tree and say I should be on the ground to make it more fair for the animals. Ha! Bow hunting is challenging enough as it is. I'd love to see them standing 20 feet from a pair of moose calves while Mum is coming with their ears pressed back in agitation. Or they sing a different tune when they're farting tofu all over the place. I'll just continue to hunt from my tree stands. You know, sometimes there's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go, there's a pokey way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss.